Quite simply, when you get Indiana coming off an offensive game like they had against the Knicks in Game 5, you can almost be assured they're going to come back with a strong offensive effort in the following game. They're coming off their 121-91 lambasting at the hands of the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. And look, they only had 72 field goal attempts in that game. That's 20 below their season average. And it's not because they were trying to play at a slow pace. No, the bottom line is they turned the ball over 18 times. Okay, and they also allowed the Knicks to have 20 offensive rebounds, which extended. The Knicks were getting multiple possessions, and, you can't score if you don't have the ball, quite simply. And still, they managed to still go 12 for 27 from three-point range, which is 44%. And you look at their series, I should say, through the first 5 games of the series, they're 63 out of 150 from the three-point line, and it's beyond the three-point line, I should say. That's good for 42%. And Indiana, they've scored 111 or more in 4 of the 5 games in the series, the lone exception in the last game. And you got a New York Knicks team that's allowed 111 or more in 6 of their last 7, with the exception being in the last game. Indiana, by the way, 46 home games this year. 38 out of the 46 home games, they've scored 111 points or more. That's 82.6%. Indiana has scored 101 points or fewer on 5 separate occasions this year. And in their next contest, they averaged 121.8 points per game and shot 52.7% from the field. And since last year, by the way, guys, they've only went under 100 points in terms of scoring 8 times, like they did in the last game. In the following game, after those 8 times they scored less than 100, they averaged over 125 points per game. So they've shown the ability to bounce back offensively off a weak offensive performance, not only this year, but going back to last year when they weren't nearly as good. And again, this is also an Indiana team that shot 43% in the previous game. The last 6 times they shot less than 50% in the game, they scored 120 points or more in the following game on each occasion. Indiana over 110.5.
You worried at all about the rebounding? You brought up the 72 shot attempts, and they were just terrible on the boards. That's really been their Achilles heel in this series. Does that concern you at all, that this may hold them back, the lack of rebounding and how many second chance opportunities the Knicks get?
Well, since I'm not focusing it in on the side on this particular pick, I would say I'd be more concerned with the fact that they turned the ball over 18 times in their previous game. And they only averaged 12 per game. So I'm looking at that number to go down significantly tonight and them to be more cognizant of protecting the basketball. In terms of the 20 offensive rebounds they had in the last game, they give up 12 per year. Again, I just think we were looking at a desperate and urgent Knicks team in Game 5 that was energized by the home crowd. And I don't think either of those numbers, the 18 turnovers or 20 offensive rebounds, is going to come close to happening tonight. And as a result, they're going to get more field goal attempts. I guess that's the best way I can answer that, Andy.